Assalamu alaikum. Hope you are doing well. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon.
Hi. So in this video we are going to solve this power query challenge. So we do have a long list of alphabets and we need to convert this into this kind of tabular structure. So we have multiple times, so it will come column, B will come in second column and so on. So this is the input data. We'll copy this into a new sheet. Now Control Alt APT. So it will ask you to convert to a table first. So I'll say okay, and then get rid of this change type step as this is not necessary. Now what I'll do, I'll just do this group by and count rows, so that's okay. So then I'll say okay, custom column. Basically I need this into columns and repeat this times. Okay, so like I'll generate a list up to this count times and expand this to any rows. So basically what it does, so let me just remove this column. So basically what it does, it just put, let me also sort this. So it put 1 for this one, 2 for this one, 3 for this one, and so on. Okay, now I can just say pivot column and this custom column. So I can also create a duplicate column of this. So I can say okay, pivot column, and then alphabet copy, and don't aggregate because we need to see the characters. Now you can see this A, it repeated this 8 times, and then B, that is repeated 4 times because earlier it was 4 times, C, D, and so on. Now this is our expected output. Okay, remove column, and this is our expected output. So I'll use existing sheet, I'll put in this section. Now this is working, and you can add new data like this. Let me also add G and H, and let me refresh this. Now you can see it expand columns, also it expand rows. So this is one. Now I will try to optimize this process a little bit. Duplicate it. So at first I have created a duplicate column. You can get rid of this one. Okay, so you can get rid of this one, and then pivot column. Now in this one, alphabet copy, you can just put alphabets because you can just do the same thing for that column. Now you can see that the data is properly converted to a table, right? So this is one optimization that we can make. Also there is another optimization we can do, so that is this one. We have added a custom column, so we can get rid of this one as well. We can generate that list when we are doing this group by. So when we do generate this group by, I can just say okay, generate the list in this section. So 1 up to this how many count, but if you just change this one, it will not work. So now you can see this is list, but this column is actually an integer. So we need to change this to a list, and that is determined by this integer 64.type. So we just need to change this to list. It also has issue if it's integer 64, you cannot expand this. Okay, but when we will do this, okay, list dot type, then you can expand these rows. Okay, now so that is 1, so that is instead of custom we can say count. So that is expanded. Remove column, so we don't need this remove column now. Okay, so I'll show that from beginning. Okay, so this is our input data. We'll do this group by. We'll take the code a little bit. So count rows is okay, and then I'll just add our validation in this section, that is this list, and that is this one also, list, and that's it. Now expand this to new rows. Now we can just group this. Okay, we need to sort this first, so sort ascending, and now do this pivot column. So that is transform pivot. So it's okay, it will return an error. That's okay. We need to put don't aggregate, so put nothing, so it will return an error. So what we will do, I'll just change this to alphabet. Now you can see the expected output, and then we can just get rid of this one. So this is little bit smaller than this one. So we have now 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 steps. In this one we have reduced to 6 steps now. So this is another way we can solve this specific challenge, and it also dynamic. So let me show you that as well. Let me delete this table rows, and it should shrink. This one also should shrink. So this is okay. So there are few takeaway from this video. So one is that when you are doing this group by, you can do this listing. Okay, so that is one thing. The next one is that when you are table.pivoting, you don't need to have 3 column. Like I do have 2 column, and I can just pass this same column as values. Okay, so like this. Okay. So that is one more takeaway. So you don't need to duplicate that column. That's not necessary. Okay, and then so this is it. Also you need to know a little more about this sorting, so let me show you as well. Duplicate this. Now if I do this sorting, instead of sorting in this section, let me just delete until end. Now if I do this sorting in this section, that sort ascending, and then if I say group by, whatever it is, now you can see this D comes earlier than A and B comes earlier than this section is okay, but still D comes earlier than A. So basically this sorting has no effect on this group by. It's basically, I think, considering the first data. So you need to be careful about this one, that you need to sort this after this group by. So these 3 takeaway from this video. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any question or suggestion. Feel free to comment. Thank you. See you next time.